let's see. So horde base, if you're looking at it, and if for whatever reason we come in and we wipe and stuff like that, and then we're on the horde base, you can go in this portal, and it'll take you straight to the horde base. If you go in the alliance one, which I believe is that one, it'll be overrun with mobs, so you can't really do that. But the plan is for both groups to go in here, kill the first two bosses. Yeah, we're not going to start just yet. We're going to kill the first two bosses in this alliance town here. I don't think I can zoom out anymore. That sucks. We're going to kill... Let me open up my notebook here. Rage Winter Chill and Theron, if I'm saying that right. They're both in the alliance base right here. We're going to kill both of these bosses, and then we are probably going to leave and go to Black Temple. And we'll go to Black Temple with the goal of clearing Black Temple, and that'll be our goal for the week. And then whatever time's left, we'll come back over here and try to clean these up for both teams. So keep that in mind. Two bosses in here die, and then we're going to dip out and leave. Everybody should be on the Rage Winter Chill quest for attunement. So when we kill Rage Winter Chill, you're going to hear me say it. You're going to hear all the other officers say it. Make sure you loot him, get your quest item, if it is a quest item or if it's just a kill. Either way, we'll get it knocked down, get your attunement done, and then we're going to go over to Black Temple. So to get the attunement done, we'll have to go out of here because I believe the tournament is in Caverns of Time, and then we'll teleport over to Shat and head to Black Temple as quick as we can. But for the way Hyjal's laid out and the way it's going to work, is each town has two bosses. Each boss, to get to each boss, you fight 8 waves of mobs, and then you fight a boss, and then you talk to Jaina again, and you fight 8 waves, and then you fight a boss. So the way this works, and the way we'll come in here and do this, is we'll get ready, we'll get buffed, we'll get prepped, we'll talk to Jaina to start it, and then the first wave will come running up here towards us. And then when we fight the boss, we'll have time to res, prep, do the same thing. We'll talk to Jaina, fight the next 8 waves, and fight that boss. When that boss dies, you'll see it here. There was a lot of bugs with Hyjal on the PTR, and I believe there was a lot of bugs last time this was out too. So before we move on to the Horde base, which open up my map here. So we're starting here. Before we move up here to the Horde base, we're all going to group up together, mount up, and get ready to move as one. Because one of the bugs was if someone was left behind down here and died down here, it bugged it and caused issues up here at the Horde base. So we'll mount up, we'll get prepped, one person will talk to Jaina, and we'll all leave and go up to the Horde base. So if you have whatever that is that auto turns in things or auto communicates with mobs, make sure you turn that off in here or don't talk to nobody. We got, let's see here. Ametha, the Diamond, you got Nilly, Circle, Naked Warrior Son, V-Star. Okay, so if you look in Discord, you don't have to look at this, but in Black Temple Hyjal boss encounters, I kind of posted each one of these encounters for tanks and everybody. After doing it on the PTR, I'll do a little bit of adjusting to it, but you can kind of look at each one of those. It talks about the 8 waves of trash, and then it talks about the boss all in 2 side-by-side pictures. Let's start this so we can show you guys Hyjal and get through these. So talk to Jaina. Everybody's prepped. Guys, if you're in here with me, make sure you guys don't kill nobody. Okay, so top of my screen, this will be on Classic too. 10 enemies, first wave of 8. The way we're going to do this is Palisson would run up here, or Keldon would drop a Consecrate to grab Snap Threat. The rest of the raid will be back here out of line of, and it'll all come over here to us. So let's see, just grab all these and bring them over here. So all of it will come right over here. More than likely, our Paladin tanks, Keldon and Palisson, are going to take the brunt of all the damage. But the goal is here, the other tanks, the 2 bears, Buju, all of us will pull things off. So ghouls, not a whole lot to worry about with ghouls. They're probably the easiest mob to deal with when they get low on health, they're going to try and run off and eat a corpse and heal. It's very minor. I don't even need to talk about it. They're just going to fall over and they're going to die. They enrage, which can be trank shotted. Again, not that big of a deal. If they die so quickly, the trank shot's not that big of a deal. So again, Palisson would walk out there, or Keldon, drop Consecrate out here in the doorway. So all the snap threat would be his or Keldon's, and then all would be brought over here into this cubby here. And then myself and Jay or Veridris or Buju, you guys would grab things off and pull them off so they're not all just beating on Paladin tanks. These Crypt Fiends, we do need to kind of pay a little bit of attention to them, but again, they're kind of a cleave mob. They'll be annoying. They'll web root people. And if they are not in melee range of their target, so if they can't beat on whoever has threat on them, they are kind of like the old ones in Strat. They will just spit spiders at them. So we definitely want to make sure we drop Consecrates out here and then line of sight and make them come to the tank. So everybody's got a line of sight. Healers, you guys can be kind of like where Sephi and I can't say that fucking name, Ametha, but out here on this hill, so you guys aren't grabbing snap threat, and it has to run through concrete before it gets to you guys. I don't have any AoE. Kill that warrior son. Thank you.
The timing in
If I had-
is like what, 10 to 15 seconds?
The next one wave starts as soon as the last mob dies, but they are on a timer. So if you're killing them too slowly, or if you're trying to hold on to one, the next wave will come. I don't know the exact timing on them, but you can't drag your feet too much. So again, lots of spiders. Here's a new mob we're going to go over. So 4 spiders, a bunch of ghouls. The ghouls and the spiders just get cleaved down. The big thing is to get them around this corner and line of sighted. The necromancers, melee, you guys are going to have priority on these guys. So they're a lot like fighting a warlock or a mage. They're very squishy, very easy to kill, but they do 4 or 5 things that we really need to pay attention to and make sure they get killed quickly. So they're going to cast Shadow Bolt, which can be interrupted. They're going to cast Cripple on random people. That can be dispelled. They can summon or raise dead. It's not as common as the Shadow Bolt or the Cripple, but they can do it. And then there is another ability called Unholy Frenzy, but we're not going to fuck around with that a whole lot because we're just going to burn through these trash packs and get them down. But basically, increases the target's attack speed by 100% for 20 seconds, but also inflicts damage to them while it has it. So if you want to be super tryhard, super sweaty, you can mind control one of these and put that on your teammates and buff them. But the way this stuff dies so quickly, I'm not going to really screw around with that a whole lot on these necromancers. Big thing for the melee. Interrupt them. Don't let the shadow bolts go off because I'll disclose here in just a few minutes why that's so important. But shadow bolts can't go off. Cripples can be dispelled. Other than that, they fall over very quickly, and they'll be the melee's primary target to Earth Shock and Kick. So again, top of my screen, wave 5 of 8's coming in. I have the wave breakdowns in that picture. 5 of 8 looks like 2 ghouls, 6 spiders, and 4 necromancers. So again, he would put Consecrate right here and then go immediately out of line of sight so those necromancers aren't just stopping right there and hitting him with shadow bolts or any of the healers. Make them all come around this corner because I'm doing it wrong. Make them all come around the corner here to us. And the big thing about the kicks and the interrupts, guys, I mean, there's only 4 necromancers in this group, but if all 4 of them shadow bolt Palisson at the same time, he's just going to fall over. Or if they all 4 shadow bolt Keldon, he's just going to die. So the line of sight's critical, and the interrupts are critical over anything else. The spiders and the ghouls, let them beat on the tanks. They are cleave targets, for example, and the necromancers take priority. Tanks, this one's more for you guys. So the abominations, a little bit annoying. From what I see in the PTR, they're less annoying than I thought they were going to be. So anytime you're near them, they have an aura about them, which is a disease where you can kind of see them kind of taking ticks from it. But anytime you're near them, there's like a cloud of disease. You're going to take minor ticks from it. So a lot of raid healing on these. The big thing to watch for these, though, is if they're all on one tank, they do an ability called Knockdown for hits between 2,000 and 4,000 damage and stuns. So if 5 or 6 of these all knock down Palisson or Keldon, they're dead. So Jay, Melly, myself, and Buju, These are when they're coming in here into these piles. Our goal is to get at least 2 on each of us. So I take 2, and Jay will take 2, and then that'll leave 2 on Palisan. Same thing for Yang group. Keldon will probably have 1 or 2. Verigis will have 2, and Buju you'll have 2. If the cloud and stuff, we'll kind of play it by the seat of our pants. My original plan was to have Buju the off tanks, other than the paladins. The off tanks would pull them out here, kind of close to this blacksmithing house or whatever you want to call this. So my original strat was like, we'll talk Yang. Melly would pull 2 over here. Buju would pull 2 over here. The rest of the fight would be all on Keldon over here in the pile. I think we can kind of go to leave it all piled up, but make sure the tanks have their 2 targets. I don't think the cloud is doing enough damage. And if we're going to 6 heal, it's not that big of a deal. We should be fine. So this would be the last wave here before we get a boss. Again, it's critical we drop the Consecrate out here, and then we get out of line of sight. Melee, you would V-line for these Necromancers, tanks, Abominations, and just cleave the spiders and ghouls. Pretty simple. And then here comes first boss. So everybody that's out here with me, try not to kill him. I'm going to try and drag him down here. I don't know if we can do that. If you can taunt him without hitting him.
In between waves?
Yes. Yeah, you will drop combat. See if we get hit and walk him down here. So he will come all the way over here. All these alliance mobs. Oh, good. That's what I kind of wanted to show people. All the alliance mobs will jump in and help with the fight. The plan is to have the tanks. He's just going to beat on those. So just let him do his thing, I guess. He's over here by this. No, I'd want to keep Jaina out of it as much as possible. And I'll explain that in just a second. So the tanks would kind of tank him over here by the harpoon. And then the mobs would jump in and help with the fight. So he does one ability, and this is kind of why I wanted to keep Jaina out of the fight, and it's called Death and Decay. It's very difficult to see. It does not look like this in Classic, this black cloud of crud. It's not black, and you can't see it. It's just a really light shade of red. Very hard to see it. But
it looks the same as the Botanica effect.
Yeah. If he does that on Jaina, it's a percentage of health damage based, and he can kill Jaina with it. So she can join the fight and help, but if we get really bad RNG and he casts it on her, she's going to take some hits, and if she dies, we lose that wave. We start over. So anytime we wipe, we have to start over all those waves and before that boss. So if we wiped on Rage Winter Chill, all that trash we killed before, we have to do again. So a couple things with this guy. That was the big one we just talked about, was the Death and Decay. You have to have GTFO, you have to have DBM, you have to have something on and your eyes open and not stand in it and get out of it very quickly. Frost Armor, Melee, you guys are going to hate fighting this guy. It's like fighting a Frost Mage. Your just damage speed is going to be reduced the whole time we're fighting it. Frost Nova, you saw that real briefly right there. It's dispellable. You can get out of it. It's more important to dispel it if there's another Death and Decay right there. If a Death and Decay goes off, because those people need to get out of it, and he could spawn it just right here behind him where the melee are. And then you've seen it at least 3 times now. He's done it to me while I've been sitting here, is that Ice Bolt, and that's the reason for the PvP trinket. So it's like 5k on impact as soon as it hits you, and then it's 10,000 damage over 4 seconds. So it's going to kill you, especially if you're not paying attention. So PvP medallions we used on this fight. There's Death and Decay right there, which would be our melee box right here, and would kill all the melee. So it's very critical everybody pays attention to the Death and Decay. That's probably the most important thing. I don't know about the gnome racial. I don't know if that would work. I know regular ice block works, and Pally Bubble works, and the PvP medallion works. So that's why you need.
Changing.
I don't know if that'll work on the ice block, because it is a complete loss of control. So if it hits you, I don't believe you can cast or do anything. You just.
As far as more
just
than
ice
gnome racial doesn't work for the same reason.
But so if you're looking at the picture that I posted there in the strategies, you kind of got the tank right there on the harpoon, you would put, if you would quit fucking putting me in it, tank healer, I would say at least one over here kind of by Jaina, one on the other side of the harpoon so that we're kind of splitting it up there, and 2 healers would be primarily on the tank that has him, and then the rest of the healers will use, and the rest of the ranged and the whole raid, we'll use this whole open area out here for us all to spread out. And the biggest thing is pay attention for death and decay. So right there, it's over there on huge. He would have to move and relocate, all that good jazz. But any questions on Winter Chill before we kill him? He's very easy. Just death and decay is the big one. And then always have your PvP medallion. We'll remind everybody before we start the fight to put it on. You'll be able to drink while he's on his way down the road. And then we'll start to fight and kill him. You can finish him off.
How long does Trinket need to load? 30 seconds?
Yes. So-
It's a 2-minute CD.
That's first boss. Second boss, we won't go anywhere. We'll stay here. We'll get our mana back up. We'll talk to Jaina again, and we're going to rinse and repeat. So I'm going to go right into it so we can kind of start. So again,
So can
10
Dispel or Mass Dispel take away the ice if you don't have it, or is it only Fab?
it's only a fab. You're talking about the ice bolt, or are you talking about the ice nova, the frost nova?
The Rooted Bolt.
The rooted bolt, no. Dispel won't work on it or anything like that. Only the PvP medallion, ice block, and pally bubble.
Okay.
So these guys again, we'll go back into waves, back into the corner, and kill them over here. Wave breakdown again. It's also in that picture I posted in there in the plans. But now we're killing trash to
Can you-
pull the second boss.
Can you grounding it?
I don't think so. I did see nothing about grounding totem working on that.
No, ground.
So that was just-
work on it.
10 ghouls, very much easy. Cleave and burn them down. 4 abominations and 8 ghouls. Off tanks, you guys would grab some of these, make it easy, make it clean. Healers, big heals when you need to, because you'll always be able to sit and drink after every single one of these. And you got plenty of time. They are just now coming around the corner right there. So 4 ghouls, 4 spiders, and 4 necromancers. So again, melee target priority. The necromancers, interrupts are highest priority, and then just burning them down. The reason it's so important to interrupt those, and you'll find it, and I'll explain it when we get to it in the Horde base, there's going to be a wave where we fight only necromancers and banshees, and they all 8 or 10 mobs are going to do the same thing. They're just going to want to cast Shadow Bolt. So if 8 banshees or 8 necromancers all cast Shadow Bolt, you're going to lose all 3 tanks and start over. So we're actually going to start seeing, what is this, wave 4, 2 banshees. So here, now we're going to start seeing banshees. So new trash mob pulled in. Banshees are very similar to the necromancers. Let me get out of line of sight so they come over here. Banshee Curse reduces melee and ranged hit chance by 66% for 5 minutes. Decursable, cleanse it off, get it off quickly. Banshee Wail, fuck, it's too early to start stuttering, is just like the Shadow Bolt. So that's what the Banshees are going to cast, and the Necromancers are going to cast Shadow Bolt, and they need to stay priority to interrupt. So we can go ahead and kill these ones. And then they also do the Anti-Magic Shell. Like, everybody knows what it does. They don't take any spell damage. They're immune to it while it's up.
Purgeable?
I don't know on that one. Let me know.
Mm-hmm.
So Banshees, Necromancers. I'm just going to get out of line of sight here real quick. But see, all they all want to do is stop and stand there and cast. So we consecrate the main walkway. You could even go out there a little bit and consecrate to get all the snap threat. But everybody stays out of line of sight. You can go ahead and drop them. If we get a new mob, I'll tell you to save it. We just go ahead and get our next boss coming out here. So remember, A-Bombs, Jay, myself, Veridris, Buju, A-bombs are our priority. Get those off of our paladin tanks because they're already going to be taking so much damage from other shit. Warriors, rogues, enhancement shamans, any other melee I'm missing, you're on the casters first. And then cleave your hearts out from there. Okay, so next boss, again, this guy is in that picture for Black Temple, or sorry, Hyjal Prep in Discord. Let me scroll up so I can know which one I'm talking about here. There it is. Okay. So same thing. Pull him over here. We're going to tank him over here. Same thing. By the harpoon launcher, whatever. Couple things he does. The bears, you guys are more than likely going to be tanking this guy. So arms warriors, any kind of healing reduction, we need to keep it up on this guy at all times. He has vampiric aura, which pretty much for all the melee he does, he heals. So that's why me and Mel will probably be tanking this guy so we can dodge a lot of those and avoid a lot of that. He's randomly going to put somebody to sleep. So there is a beer called, what is it? I had it wrote down here.
Something
know if we can
slammer.
Yeah, I don't know if Alliance can get it or not. I don't know where it's from.
Urine slammer, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a beer you could drink to avoid the sleep, but basically what it does is he's going to pick 2 to 3 people and put you to sleep. And then he does Carrion Swarm. You saw it one time. He threw it at me while I was standing in front of him. It was kind of that frontal cone of bats he threw out. So what it does is it's a cone like it looked like. It's 3 to 6 is what my notes say. 3 to 6k damage. And a frontal cone or any cone, he's going to pick a random direction in this loop or whatever, this circle we're going to make around him and throw it at him. And everybody that gets hit by it, you can't really avoid this, but everybody that gets hit by it does reduced healing by 75% for 15 seconds. So the critical point to that is the healers, you guys are all going to be spread out and nowhere near each other throughout this outside edge here. So our Paladin, Sarah, and Ben, and Vesp and Melanos, you guys are going to be separate from each other because you guys are the tank healers. So I'll probably put like Ven and Sarah over here, and Vesp and Melanos, you guys will be over here by Jaina. And that way, if Swarm hits our druids, which are right here, our Holy Paladins aren't hit by it, and they're still spamming tank heals. So you're still going to be healing. You're not just standing there, but your healing is reduced greatly. Shamans and priests, you guys will all be spread out here. In certain groups, you can have one guy kind of person up here, perched up here on the hill. You can have one back here on the road. You can have another one all the way over here. The whole point of it is you guys are spread out so that multiple healers aren't all getting hit by that healing reduction all at once, and it's manageable. The other thing for Keldon and Palisson, more than likely for this fight, or even Buju and Jay, but Jay, you'll probably be DPSing, and Buju, you probably will be too, is the Infernals. So what they're going to do is, I believe he targets you. Let me read my notes here. Yeah, so he's going to target someone and throw an Infernal at you. So the whole point is over here is to bring the Infernal over here to get these mages and these guns hunters to help kill them, but the Paladin tanks are going to be tanking them. They aren't tauntable, so you just have to have a Consecrate down and just a Judgment for Snap Threat to get them. And you guys are going to tank them over here, do fire damage, and you'll also be next to where our druids will be here, and probably a priest or resto shaman over here, so you'll have 2 healers watching the Paladin tanks holding the Infernals. So if you get targeted with the Infernals, they come over here, Paladin tanks pick them up. Yeah, Exorcism? Oh, yeah, that would be good. Is that an instant cast?
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually really good. I didn't think about that one. So they do fire damage, maybe a little bit of fire resist, but from everything I've watched and read, they're very manageable, very easy to deal with. You just put them on the Paladin tank and burn the boss. We may change that. We may actually call, if we get 2 of them on Palisson and Keldon, and they start putting a hurting on our Paladin tanks, we may call and have people kill them. the big thing, spread out, because the carrion swarm, cannot be dodged or anything like that. So we can't have large amounts of the raid being hit by it. The other thing is the vampiric aura. Every time he melees, he heals. So mortal strike, all those good things, healing reductions. I think hunters, I don't think you guys can do anything. Scorpion shot, no, that's not a healing reduction.
I think aim shot reduces healing.
If they're PvP, I think it does, but I could be wrong. Or if they're
I can check my
marksmen,
hunters.
sorry.
Yeah, debuffs mobs.
That does, okay. So healing reduction on him, big damage, and just pump through his healing. That's about it. So that is the Alliance base. Has anybody got any questions about him? I know I butchered his name, Antheron.
Or Netheron, I think, but
Perfect.
Apologize
Thank
for
you.
Killing
Correct.
him, Bea. I am sorry.
Yeah, I figured it was something personal with him.
So you said there was a sleep and we could get a drink that could help prevent that. But does that
BRD.
does
Is it
that
BRD?
cover-
Go ahead. Sorry.
does it take away food buff benefits is my first question. And is the sleep cleansable?
It is not cleansable, and I don't know about taking the food buff away. I know it's just like an alcoholic brew, and I believe what breaks the sleep is it knocks you on your ass, and that's what breaks it.
It hits you for like
Um,
a little bit of
takes
fire
damage,
damage.
yeah.
So you have
Oh,
to
is that
drink
it?
it ahead
Okay.
of time before the sleep goes in.
Oh, okay. So I was misunderstanding on how it works. So you drink it. Do you know how long the dot lasts?
Like a minute.
Oh, okay. So
It's a long time.
one of two options. Yeah, you could just pop one and get as we start to fight. And I would almost bet, I don't know if sleep, my notes here don't say if sleep is a cast or not, if there's a time it comes off cooldown. If there was a timer on it, I will definitely be mentioning it while we're fighting him. Sleep incoming 5 seconds, and that would be a time when you could pop the. My notes say it's sulfurious slammer.
Sulfuron.
So
You're right. Yeah, sulfurin. Yeah.
okay, so from what people are saying, that's alcohol from BRD. I don't know if it's on the auction house or anything like that. If you guys want to check and bring some, that's awesome. I think we are more than capable, especially with 6 healing, to get through it with 2 or 3 people slept every once in a while. So, going to the Horde base, the rest of the group would mount up over here. And we'll say, Warrior Son, you could stay over there. Everybody else would come with me. One person would go over there and talk to Jaina, and we would all leave and go to the Horde base. Big thing is it was bugging on the PTR, so everybody has to leave together. No, not time to AFK. Wait till we get to the next base. So,
If I can just add to that, I think you have to wait for her RP to finish as well before you leave. Is part of it.
where you peel out, so she's going to teleport everybody, all the Alliance, out of here.
Yeah, because this was obviously a glitch last time, and that's what
Because here they come.
the post everyone refers to not have it happen was saying. She almost has to like finish. But I just gotta make sure you don't get in combat, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would say we would definitely be, since she took everybody with her, we would be already perched up here ready to leave. And we could wait for the teleport to go out. But you can see it's all coming with us.
It doesn't take away your food buff. I just did it.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and then we get to mine these gems too.
Yeah, gems all through here. We go to the Horde base. Did you just level off mining? Anyways. So that's
Only
plan
mine, right?
for.
Herbs?
I don't know if there's herbs in here. I know there's mining, and it looks like they're getting purple gems out of those. Plan for Thursday, Yen team. You guys will come in here. We will kill the first 2 bosses. We will find a way to kill ourselves and get out of here to turn in the quest. And we may set our hearth, turn in the quest for the attunement, and head over to Black Temple. But when we come back in here, we can teleport to the Horde base Or if we were going to stay the whole time, we would just run up this road to the Horde base, and we'll go through the Horde base real quick. Changes a little bit in the Horde base. You got the Horde helping you. You got Thrall, a bunch of Taurens, a bunch of other shit. But you're also going to deal with the same mobs I was just mentioning, but you're also going to add air phases. So in the air phases, there is 3 spots that the gargoyles will spawn, and we'll have set spots for everybody to go to line of sight them all to the tanks and just cleave them down. So we'll get up here and I'll go through it. So just like the way we came, that's where the mobs are going to come from. They're going to run up here through these gates, and we'll fight them up here. Thrall's hanging out up there. Taurens are all hanging out over there. We are going to use this left tower over here for a lot of the tanking, for line of sight, and prepping for each pole. So first boss we're going to work towards is Kaz Rogal. If I butchered it, you're used to it by now. So the whole group stacked up behind here for line of sight. Anytime we're dealing with melee mobs or necromancers or banshees, anything like this, everybody needs to be line of sight. You can use this post here. Healers, if you don't want to be in the melee box, you can use this post here. That way you're line of sight too, but the goal is to get them all to come to this one. So I'm going to talk to Thrall, and we'll get it started real quick and go through this trash. So just like before, if we wipe at any time, we have to repeat all the waves. So talk to Thrall. He's going to start sending the stuff to us. If it didn't bug. There it goes. 14 enemies, wave 1 of 8. Okay, so let me open up the wave breakdown, and we'll go through that. So 4 ghouls, 2 necromancers, 4 abominations, and 2 banshees. So 4 casters, the whole raid. Palisson, Keldon run out here, would drop a consecrate to get them all onto him, and then into the line of sight. So the consecrate would be a lot quicker than what I was just kind of showing you, and it has to be out there a little further because otherwise they're just going to stop and fight these NPCs. So you definitely want to get it. You can go ahead and just kill these ones if you guys want. Out here, this general area, somewhere right here on this road, so that they run through the consecrate and aggro to the paladin, and then back into line of sight. So second wave looks like 4 ghouls, 10 gargoyles. So 4 ghouls is very easily managed by the paladin tank and our melee DPS. The other 2 tanks and the ranged would all come over here to the Tauren camp and start grabbing. So the ranged, you guys are going to grab threat on our gargoyle because they have no interest in landing or doing anything with us. So you would grab threat on one, run it back over here, and line of sight yourself into this tent. And then the bears and Buju and myself would be sitting right here and picking them up. See how they come on the ground, and they'll get into the fight, and the Taurens will help you. So once you have threat on one, you'd come over here, line of sight, and the tanks will pick it up off of you and tank them right here. We'll split the healers up as well. We can put 1 tank healer down there with the paladin and 1 tank healer up here with 1 or 2 other healers. So it'd probably be 3 healers stay with the melee, 3 healers go with the ranged. But the big thing is to get threat on it and then get into line of sight so that they all funnel into one place and we can cleave them down. Because they're annoying. This is all they do is cast that, what is that? It's not a wrath, but it's like a similar ability. But otherwise they will just sit.
Maybe can counterspell that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Otherwise they're just going to sit up here and fight these NPCs. So you get threat on one. Once a tank takes it from you, go grab another one and bring it back to them. Don't run off without being healed. Healers, watch them. But guys, watch is kind of a personal responsibility. If you're low, don't run up there and grab another one. Stay where the healers can reach you. Don't make them chase you because they're not going to be able to run off either because they have tanks to heal. Let's see. Wave 3. 6 ghouls, 6 spiders, and 2 necromancers. So ranged, we would go rejoin the melee and come back over here. Same thing as always. Anytime we're in this camp, that's the line of sight spot. Consecrate gets the snap threat. We guys can just kill all this stuff. I'm just going to rehash it every time we start a new wave. But the big thing is to get the snap threat on them out here so we aren't having people die to necromancers. Okay, wave 4, 6 spiders, 2 necromancers, 6 gargoyles. So paladin tanks and melee, you guys can handle ghouls and 2 necromancers. Ranged, we're going to deal with gargoyles, which, if I remember right, yes, back up here at the tents. So the other 2 tanks would be Veritas, Buju, or me and Jay up here. They're very slow to come join us, but they will. Get threat on one, take it over here to the line of sight, let the tanks pick it up, get healed before you go grab another one. Or like Nilly was saying, if you can interrupt with some range counterspell, do it, because that's all he's going to do is sit there and cast that gargoyle strike until there's some threat on it in some sort of fashion. Hunters, if I can even fucking hit this thing. There it goes. So the rest of that wave, so it's wave 4 is 6 spiders, 2 necromancers. So melee, you would deal with the necromancers, and then the spiders, and then you could help clean up gargoyles, because I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do as a range. Hang on, I got a gun. Oh shit, it missed. Yeah, throw something at that huge. I can only use my gun every 30 seconds. Thank you. Okay, wave 5, 4 ghouls, 4 necromancers, and 6 abominations. So we would quickly get back over, mount up, come back over here, because it's already on its way. But that is a really easy wave. The gargoyles, there's only 6 of them. They would quickly fall down with all of our ranged. But line of sight for the necromancers. I should have brought the mage. Leave it all down. Next wave. This is 5, 6, 8 gargoyles, 1 frostworm. So new mob to deal with, and all of the gargoyles to deal with. So what we're going to do with this one, we'll put one of our hunters. We'll click off salve and take care of the frostworm. The rest of us are going to use this little bunker right here and bring it all here to us. So tanks, we would be kind of right here at the top. All the ranged, you guys will go out and again grab snap threat and bring it over here. And then melee, you guys are going to be down here like a little blender and just waiting for them to come. So the counter spell, like on the one above our heads, hunters, warlocks, anything to get you some aggro on this thing, and then bring it to the blender. It is a line of sight spot, so if once you're in that spot, they will land and come down to you. The frostworm is going to do like a frostbolt on its target that has highest threat, and it should be him coming down. There he is, right there. So the hunters that are going to be grabbing threat on this, you are going to grab it, and you can run over here to this stump, and nobody else stands near the hunter. We can put a marker on them. There it is, right there. So movement speed, they would stand over here because it does splash damage. You kind of see the little circles that it's throwing down on the ground, and they would hold it over here and keep threat on it while we kill it. I believe in some of the videos I've seen, they got it low enough the melee could come underneath here and beat on it. But the big thing is the hunter stays highest on threat here, and none of the rangers are stacked over here with them so that they're not taking extra splash damage. Wave 7, 6 ghouls, 4 abominations, 1 frostworm. So nothing but melee to deal with here. All back over here by the tower. And then our hunter that's assigned for the frostworm, there he is right there. Same thing. We'd put a healer on our hunter that's watching him. Grab snap thread on it. Click off salve, all that good stuff. And stand over here by the stump. Wait for us to come over and help kill it. We would clean up the melee first and then come over here and join you. Stupid. Oh, fuck yeah. And then last wave is 8, 6 ghouls, 2 spiders, 2 necromancers, 4 abominations, and 2 banshees. So all over here in the melee tower. Tanks, we're getting abominations. Melee DPS, you're dealing with banshees and necromancers. We just kill this and move on. We'll grab the boss and start talking about him. So, I'll call it Kazakh because it looks just like him. But we're going to grab him and drag him back here. So kind of back here where this road forks is kind of where we'll tank him. You can get kind of make a wide pull, so you can backpedal over here, get Thrall into the fight to help you. Yeah, where this marker is here, thank you. And tanks would stand right here. So he's going to kill those NPCs because he's not interested in us right now, so we'll just talk about what he does. Again, just like the first base, if we kill Thrall, we lose. So the big thing is make sure Thrall's not in front of him. One of the things he does here is malevolent cleave. So all 3 tanks need to be in front of this boss at all times. It's 23k damage split by anybody that's in front of him. So all 3 tanks, you guys, all of us, are going to be in front of him the whole time. The War Stomp ability he does, if you are closer than 12 yards, he's going to stun you for 5 seconds. So in the picture I put in the Black Temple and Hyjal prep, there's a circle, and it's basically keep out of that inner circle if you're ranged, and melee, you're just going to get stunned. Sorry. The big thing with this guy is I don't think he... I don't know. Nilly, are you the only one that uses mana?
Maybe so. He did cast it on me.
Okay. So, Mark of Khazragal, he's going to target people with mana and throw that on them. You cannot go under 3,000 mana. So, mana pots early and often here. Warlocks, you guys are kind of safe because you can tap to get your mana back. But the ranged, you guys are all going to be spread out in a big circle all around here. You're going to have your own little island to stand on, and everybody's away from you. Other than the Warlocks, you guys are going to stack on each other and just DPS the boss because you guys can tap to keep yourselves above that 3k mana threshold. But basically what he's going to do is target you, put that dot on you, and it's a mana burn. So basically, if you run out of mana, you blow up. So simple as that. You have to have a minimum of 3k mana. If you run out of mana, you need to be paying attention, get out of the raid, just obviously go further away because we're all going to be in a circle. So come back here to this bunker, this road, or anything like that, and die out here away from people, but maybe say something so the healers don't go chasing you to try to heal you. Just, I'm so-and-so, I'm going to blow up, I'm getting out. But this one, the big thing about this fight is patience and kill it slowly. So everybody's urge is to pop lust, burn everything, and nuke it down. Well, you kind of have to be smart. You have to throttle your damage and just go at it steady and kill it evenly. Because if you run out of mana and we lose too many people to the mana dot, you're just dead. You can resist it with shadow resist, so we'll make sure we put shadow resistance up on the whole raid before this poll gets in here. But other than that, the tanks share the cleave, keep your mana above 3,000, and he'll fall over and die. You guys can kill him if you want. Amethyst, you were waiting for that one.
Just one question with that, Vea. What if the Pally tank gets that thing on him?
He can get it. So my thought process with that is the Paladins will main tank this because when they are getting healed, they're restoring mana constantly, and the Bears and the Warriors are just up there to soak the cleave. Because as long as that tank's getting healed, he won't fall. His mana's, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, Kong or Pally, somebody, as long as you guys are getting healed, your mana's not going to fall.
In most scenarios.
Mostly true, yeah.
But
This will be a big fight to keep Dark Runes with you, so if you are a healer and you haven't been using them, it's probably time to stock up on them now.
Yeah, that's one of my notes here. I wrote in here in Sharpies, prop Paladins, be careful. But my plan was Paladins main tank this. Us other tanks, Bears, Warriors, Bushu, myself, we're just up there to soak a cleave so it doesn't kill the tanks. But he dies, we get the loot, and we start it over. So, where's he at? There he is. We'll start it and do the next boss. Asgalore. This, from all the videos I watched, this is one of the hardest hitting bosses. If you can kill this guy, you can get to the last boss very easily. But while I'm talking about bosses that hit really hard, healers, this one's more for you guys. Every boss we're getting ready to face in Hyjal and Black Temple swing like trucks, no matter what the gear is on us. Archimond hits between 6,000 and 9,000 a swing. He can't crush, but he's basically going to box the tank the whole time for those kind of swings the whole fight. So, wave breakdown as galore. 6 necromancers, 6 abominations. So this is one that could get away from us if we're not smart. Several tanks. You guys are going to pick up abominations, but we're going to stay out of line of sight so the necromancers don't just walk up and cast Shadow Bolt and one-shot people. So let the pull develop. Consecrate goes out there. Everything comes running to the line of sight spot. The off tanks run out there and grab the abominations as they're coming around this corner to get to us. And then the melee, you guys are ready just to kick and interrupt. 1 frost worm's going to be coming in. We're going to have gargoyles and ghouls. So melee, you guys will deal with the ghouls. Ranged, we're going to do the same thing with the blender kind of tactic here. The bears and Buju will be here. Ranged, you'll get threat. Run to the line of sight so they come to us. And the tanks will pick them up. Anytime the gargoyles are kind of spawning in this general open area where we're all going to be, this is our stack spot. You get threat, you get line of sight, you go to the cubby, they'll come chasing you. There'll be 3 healers over there assigned to stay with that group. Big thing is line of sight. Tanks, make sure you guys aren't going dipping in and out of that hole so the healers can reach you because the healer's going to be in it. And just pay attention. You can finish that ghoul off. Next wave. Mm-hmm. Got a new mob. Looks like we are going to have 6 ghouls and 8 infernals. There they are. So, infernals, flame buffet, stacks. Okay, so flame buffet on a target increases fire damage taken, can be dispelled. Tanks will be running around picking these fucking things up. They deal fire damage to enemies within 15 yards every 2 seconds. So we'll probably each have several of these to pick up on us. The paladin and the melee, you guys are still going to be dealing with that pile before you come over and join us. The hunters, you guys can help us send these to the other 2 tanks, me and Jay, or Buju and Mel. Probably be safe to just hold 2 to start with and kind of gauge the damage and go from there. And then when Keldon and Palisson and the melee deal with theirs, they can come grab 2 as well. But don't line of sight your healers. You saw how they're all just randomly fucking falling in all over. So you can't just run like a chicken with your head cut off because you're going to line of sight your healers and it's not their fault you die because you just outranged them. So it looks like there's kind of 2 general right there, 2 right there. They can beat with Thrall for there for a little bit while we grab the other ones. And then 1 way back there in China. What wave are we on? 4?
You gone over Fellstalkers yet?
Nope. They are, looks like...
They're at the front.
Oh, yeah, we are on wave 4. 6 Fellstalkers. Thank you. I was like, they should be in this wave. Okay, where are you guys at? There we go. So these will be picked up by the melee, tanked by the melee, while the other 2 off tanks are picking up Infernals. They do a nasty mana burn, can be interrupted, but use the line of sight spot to your benefit. So we can pull them over here to the line of sight spot. Healers, you could step out and heal and totally line of sight a mana burn if one is going off. But melee, don't make the healers depend on that. Interrupt these fucking things. And they can be banished too if they start to get too much going on. And they don't have a lot of fucking health. My note says here they fall over really quickly. Okay, wave 5, 8. Fellstalkers, Abominations, and 4 Necromancers. Getting ahead of myself here. 4 Necromancers, 6 Fellstalkers, 4 Abominations. So we'd all be in the melee stack spot. Melee, it would be kind of like fighting Necromancers. We'd interrupt Necromancers and take care of those first. Interrupt these guys. I think even Sappers, I think, will even stun these guys. So that it can be really to our benefit. Get them all stacked up in this cubby hole and let them come in here, drop a couple bombs on them, and cleave them down. Other tanks, we're grabbing Abominations and keeping those off of our Paladin tanks. Here's the one I was talking about earlier in the Alliance base. Nothing but fucking casters. And if they all stop right there and start casting Shadow Bolt, they're going to kill everybody they hit. There's no way we can interrupt all that. So all needs to go to the line of sight spot. See how they all kind of want to come over here now? We'll interrupt and stun and keep this all locked down right here in this spot here. If I can fight these fucking things. There we go. Thank you. Whoever did that, thank you. Fucking, I don't have any AoE on this rogue. I'm doing Black Temple on the mage. And
Are you
then
gonna
7.
invoker in there?
Yeah. Ametha, I think, is an invoker.
Hell yeah.
2 ghouls, 2 spiders, 8 infernals, and 2 fellstalkers. So very small melee group to deal with. Paladin, tank, and melee. The other tanks, we're going to get infernals. 2 or 3 each on each of us. Tank them. Don't go away from your healers. Really, this, like, you see how this road splits this right here? This little triangle we're hanging out in here? Kind of stay in this area. Don't go away from your healers and die. And then wave
Remember,
8.
if we wipe, we got to do this all over again.
Yeah, we have to do all the waves over again. Wave 8, 4 spiders, 2 necromancers, 4 abominations, 4 banshees, and 2 fellstalkers. Huge melee wave. Back into the line of sight spot. Consecrate goes out there, so it brings it all to us. Melee, 2 necromancers, 4 banshees. That's our priority for interrupts. Other tanks, we have abominations, 3 of them. We can grab them. We can even grab some spiders, take the load off the paladins. Healers, the primary tank healers, paladin, resto druid, like you guys are, keep our paladin alive. The paladin's going to make this so much easier. And as we get better gear, it'll be so much easier. We'll just start cleaving through all of this.
And
Yeah,
also
it'll be so
those torrents, they provide good AoE damage. I've seen a lot of videos of people dragging the torrents towards the packs so they can AoE.
Okay, so big guy coming in again. Again, this one hits extremely hard. Same tank spot. His cleave doesn't knock back, so we'll use this post here where I'm kind of backpedaling for tanks to stand here. Frontal cleave. You know what to do. Don't stand in front of a cleave. Just let the tank stay up here and tank it. This will probably be Melly or myself tanking him. We'll have the paladins off to the side here, and I'll explain that here in just a second. He does the Howl of himself, Howl of Asgalore. Oh, look at that. There it is right there. Silences everybody hit for 5 seconds. It can be resisted, so shadow resistance will go up when we go into this fight. And then you see the other ability he does. Rain of Fire, don't stand in it. If the tanks need to adjust, I'm stuck. Fuck. We'll kind of point in either of this kind of cone direction here so the melee can always stay behind him. So the biggest thing is to try to keep our backs on this post here so we don't go flying from the knockback. And then don't stand in Rain of Fire like those mobs are. You can kind of horseshoe him to get Thrall to come in and help, but don't let Thrall die. And then the other ability, the big one, is the Doom target, which he hasn't picked.
I have it on
Oh,
me.
yes, he did. Yeah.
Your notes
Millie
say go
has
to
it.
these warriors. Do you?
Yep.
Okay.
So it'd be not so far back there, but yeah, kind of like right here by this stump. Paladin
Sure.
tanks are going to pick these up. If you get the Doom, there it is right there. So after 20 seconds, you're going to die and spawn a Doom guard. And just like Nilly did it right there. So she comes over here, dies. It gets the Taurens into the fight to help. And the Paladin tanks over here to help pick them up. That's the whole fight. Heal through the cleave damage. If you get Doom, you kind of sacrifice yourself over here for the Paladin tank to pick it up off of you. Howl of Asgalore, you kind of just have to kind of time it. You guys can kill the boss before he kills Thrall. Oh no, Thrall's not even low. And then Rain of Fire. So don't stand in fire. Don't stand in front of the boss. Tank and spank.
Oh no.
The fuck is
Did
that?
anybody res? Because you're just about to die.
Oh shit. Do we all have a res yet?
I think I can.
You- Hell yeah.
Isn't there like a mass res? Oh, I guess it would require me to be in a guild, huh? I think they got rid of that, but
So at least in retail, bubble does not work. I gave that a test.
for the Doom.
Yeah, it just kills you dead.
Okay, yeah. So after 20 seconds, you're just dead. You need to pay attention to if you get it. come over here to where Nilly and Huge died and hang out over here. So after that, we're almost done with Hyjal, guys. Thank you guys for listening to me blabber for a fucking hour. I'm almost done, and we will call it a night for raid prep and open it up for discussions or anything like that. Again, when we leave this town, it's going to get overrun. So we're going to go up this road here, follow this road up here. Going to go fight this last boss. So as a group, we'll move up the road. One person will talk to him. Are you guys both up and ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So talk to Thrall. He's going to go get his homies and dip out, and we're going to leave.
Are there any known
Yep.
issues with that RP and waiting for it?
The only thing I have wrote down is the same thing. Nobody gets left behind, but I don't think there is any issues for Archimon spawning because he's always here. So we go up to the last boss. You fight all those waves of fucking. You guys are gonna hate Hyjal after a while. It's not so much because it's a bad raid. It's just we're gonna outgear it, and we're gonna get bored waiting for the waves to hurry up and come through. So it's very time gated, and if we get really good and efficient at it early, it'll just be a very easy in and out raid, and then go do like SSC or TK or something, or go clear Black Temple same night. So.
Or you wipe and then it's even worse.
Yeah, then everybody's like, I just want to go to bed. I don't even want to be here anymore. Okay, so I don't have any weak orders or add-ons on retail, but you come talk to Taronda, that's who's sitting right here. Ask her to give you one of her tiers. Let's see, where did it go? There it is right there. You put that in a macro, weak aura, or keybind, whatever you need, and then we're going to go fight the last boss. So everybody has to have one of those. The big thing with this boss is if you die, you're going to take people with you. So this boss, I'm sure in some of the guide videos you've watched, has less health than Gruul, but he is very destructive if somebody dies. So
It
by that I
snowballs out of
mean,
control very quick.
yeah. So anytime you die, he does one of three abilities. It's drain mana, it's hit the raid for 8,500 health, and I don't remember what the third one is. I'd have to look up and see what the third one is. It's either the whole raid loses mana, the whole raid loses health, and there is a third one. I'll have to look at and get back to you on that one. So the thing you need that tier for is Airburst. It might be a heal. That might be it. I'll have to look. I'll get back to you on that one. So Airburst, he is going to randomly target someone and hit you with Airburst if you are within 5 yards of the target. Actually, I think it's 10. My note says 5, but I think it's actually more than that. If you are too close to the target hit by Airburst, you go flying too. So if you're looking at my pictures that I put in Raid Prep, Black Temple, Hyjal encounters, I have 3 circles, and I'm going to kind of tweak this a little bit from when I originally made it because some better guides came out and gave me some more information. So in the picture I posted, there's 1, 2, and 3 pictures where we're going to start over here on the left side, and then we're going to move to that back corner, and then we're going to move to the middle. And the whole reason for the moving is because of one of his other abilities. But we're going to start probably really close to where he's at right now, and if we need more room, we'll go to the back of the room. So we'll kind of start right here in the front. If we get overwhelmed with fire, we'll pull to the back of the room. So the reason we're talking about fire is the Doom. Yeah, Doom Fire Strike. So it's going to summon a little puddle of fire on the ground, and it's going to follow somebody. So the way that works is if you get targeted with it, you need to run straight back to the wall, not fucking across the room and put fire across everybody. So if you're targeted with it, you just run straight back because it'll cause issues if people run through it.
Isn't there like a dungeon journal in there actually that you can open up?
Maybe. Let's see. I'm going off my notes. I write down on a pad and pen. Mm-hmm.
Adventure guide?
Yeah, Raid Archimon. Doesn't say anything up there, but
Oh, I thought
So-
the abilities were listed somewhere.
I got them wrote down right here. So, Doomfire Strike, he's going to spawn fire in the ground, and it's going to chase somebody. It's going to target somebody and chase them. So what we'll do is, in my picture, you have shamans that are marked, and you kind of want to hang out with your shaman in a general area. So 2 melee groups, 2 separate shamans, and so 2 melee group shamans, 2 ranged group shamans, and like a healer group shaman. And that's for the fear ability. So what he's going to do is he's going to fear. If you get feared and run through the fire, you take fire ticking damage. I don't need to explain this. You guys understand what happens when you run through fire. But so you stay by your shaman, but loosely spread out around your shaman. The shamans will be marked through this for this whole fight. Find your Thunder Buddy shaman and stay with them. Melee, if you guys get targeted with the fire, run straight back away from the raid. Don't run through people. Just straight back. Everybody get out of their way. Whether it's a ranged, a melee, a healer, whatever, just run straight back. Don't run zigzag all over the place so people have to run through the fire to get back to the boss or get back to a tank to heal them. Grip of the Legion does crazy fire damage to a target, but it's a curse, can be decursed immediately, so just keep decurse up. Mages, Resto Druids, everybody just decursed as soon as it's available. But keep that in mind, the mages are going to be trying to hang out with their shaman, so there might be a little bit of overlap or extended of a mage or vesp or melanos trying to get around to people to dispel. So just keep that in mind when you're running to take care of people. If you get hit with airburst, this tier of the goddess only briefly stops your fall damage. So what airburst does is it's going to throw you up into the sky, and you're going to come crashing back down for fall damage. What this does is reduce your falling really briefly for just a couple seconds. We're going to run in here and pull it so you can see, and hopefully some of us get hit by it, or I get hit by it, and I can show you. Throws you way up in the air, and then as you kind of hit that arch of going up and start coming back down, and then you're going to want to click it to slow it, and then hit the ground. I know I'm kind of showing you with a mouse, and that's kind of shitty, but we're going to try and show you right here. So airburst is the big one. Stay spread out. Doomfire, just run it away from the raid. If we get too much fire right here in the front, we're going to move to the back side of the room to give us some more room to work with. Let's see if we can get an airburst here. He dies very easily, but so do we. So it's play slow, play smart, don't fucking die. Let's see if I can click this mount off. There we go. So he's on Warrior Sun. I'm going to watch and see if somebody gets hit here and gets sent flying. So there's Doomfire right there. Fire damage. Looks like fuck, that shit's gonna kill me. Holy shit. Anyway,
How do I heal?
There. So you see how it kind of does this loopy. I don't even know who it's chasing right there, but it's just out of people to chase, and it's just going all over the place. Thank you for healing me. So there's another Doomfire. It's gonna spawn, chase somebody. I would like an airburst. And then if you go near the water over here, it is a silence. So stay kind of away from the tree. So tanks, you guys, we will probably be over here with his back face to the wall over there. You'll have a melee group behind one foot, another melee group behind the other foot, a ranged group on the right and left. There's Doomfire again. So everybody's kind of getting a good idea how that looks and where it's going. It's not super accurate on chasing, but looks like it's changing targets. It could just be a retail thing, but it is supposed to target someone and follow them. I'd like an airburst. Then we'll kill him as soon as I can get one of those. Would you get hit by airburst or something? Let's see, fire despawn. If we get too much out here, we'll go to the back of the room. I'm just kind of holding out so we can get an airburst so I can kind of show you guys that. And then we'll kill him and move on. There's the fear. So tremor totems, that's the big thing. You get feared and ran through fire, it's going to cause more problems. And more people are going to take fire damage and then die.
That fire hurts.
Yeah. I don't think that's scaled super accurately in retail. It's like chunking us.
I think it's percentage based.
Is it? Okay, that would make sense then.
You gone over the curse yet?
Yes, there it is, right there.
Oh, there it
go
is.
up, and then on your way back down, you just want it to reduce your fall damage. It's only like 3 seconds that it's going to slow your fall damage down. You're dead. We can kill him.
Yeah, don't do it at the top or you're still gonna die, right?
Right. So the big thing is to use it. Yeah, thank you. This is right through the fire too. Hell yeah. I'm dead too. Anyways.
You're dead.
Oh no, never mind. So this is kind of what he does at the end of his life. We're all going to get bubbled. All the wisps are going to come out and kill him, and then we'll be able to loot him. See, he's out here pissed off. We've won at this point. It's over. We got the bubble on us. Let's see what it says. Immune to all attacks and spells. Protected by a loon. The wisps are going to finish him off. It will loot him and leave. Again, this kind of like the other fight I was talking about earlier. Play it slow, play it smart, and play it survival based. So the big thing is we'll kill him as long as we survive. He's got less health than Gruul. So, and that is Hyjal in its entirety. Black Tip will be a little bit longer, guys. I'm definitely plan for that one to be like 2 hours tomorrow. There's a lot of trash for me to go through. I'm going to bring the mage for that one, probably, so I have a little bit of AoE. We can just kind of clean things up quickly. But Amada, Warrior Song, Huge, Nilly, thank you guys for bringing retail characters out here to help me. Does anybody have Hyjal questions? Loot, raid questions, anything?
Just one, you might have said it earlier, but because you were saying that Jaina and Thrall can't die, are we able to heal them if they're getting low?
You are able to heal them.